So I haven't made an F1 video in a very long time, and now that the 2025 season is here, it's time to lock in. And yes, I will be defending Liam Lawson, and before you get mad and scroll away, tap in, let me talk to you real quick. Now, number one, I don't think people actually hate Liam Lawson. I think they're just jealous and they're upset for their favorite driver, aka Yuki Tsunoda. Now, again, before y'all get triggered and get mad, let me explain. Because I think it's really weird that in order to like one of your favorite drivers, you have to do it at the expense of hating another driver. And I'm not gonna lie, that bias is extremely immature and it's very damaging to the conversations that we have when it comes to entertainment media in general. Because it's okay to like Yuki Tsunoda and it's okay to think that he deserves that Red Bull seat, but you could do that without hating Liam Lawson. Talking point number two, it was never going to be Yuki Tsunoda. I don't know what narcotics y'all have been doing to be this delusional, but y'all need to put me on because I wish I was that delusional. It was never going to be Yuki Tsunoda. Now, let's briefly go over the timeline because I truly do believe y'all definitely forgot what happened. Now, Daniel Ricciardo left Red Bull, but ended up coming back to Red Bull, but not back to the official Red Bull team. He came back to the Visa Cash App Racing Bulls team. But this was back when it used to be called AlphaTauri. And I forget what race it was, but he ended up injuring his wrist, so he literally couldn't drive. And at the time, Liam Lawson was the reserving driver for that said team, so obviously he stepped in place of Daniel Ricciardo. And this was Liam Lawson's debut as a Formula One driver, and not only did he defend against Max for like a lap and a half, but he improved in places. This man is a great driver. I'm not going to sit here and argue if he's a better driver than Yuki. That's a different conversation for another time. But he's a great driver and he proved that. So he caught the attention of Red Bull. So you know what Christian Horner did? He said, hey, Liam, do you mind testing for Red Bull real quick? He said, absolutely. And this was in the episode of Drive to Survive that literally came out 2 weeks ago. You could go back and watch it. They said he was only 0.2 slower than Max Verstappen, and majority of his stats were matching up with him. So I'm gonna ask this respectfully. Are you gonna pick a driver that's been stuck in the midfield for like the past 2 to 3 years? Or are you going to pick the driver that tested for Red Bull and matched with Max Verstappen's stats, who is a 2 to 3 times world champion at that point? Like it's common sense. And this is why I say y'all are mad delusional for saying that Yuki deserves the Red Bull seat. Because at the end of the day, it's a business. So they're not going to risk wasting hundreds of millions of dollars on a driver that's been stuck in the same skill set over a driver that has shown to prove that he's a great driver and shown that he can improve over time. Yuki Tsunoda has been stuck in one spot, but Liam Lawson has been improving over the short time he's been in Formula One. And that's why he was the obvious answer to go to the Red Bull team. Now, was it the correct choice? We don't know. 2025 literally just started. We're only on the second race. And again, that is a conversation for a different time because this video is not talking about who's the better driver. Lastly, I want to talk about like this recency bias that everybody has when it comes to Yuki Tsunoda. Like, I understand that y'all love this man so much. I love him too. Like, that's the bro. And he's a decent driver. He's been keeping up for like, you know, the past couple of years. But like I said, he's been stuck in the midfield. But, you know, I still fuck with him. But I just think it's so funny and really weird that y'all are fighting so hard for your favorite driver to be on a team that y'all hate so much. And I'm going to repeat that one more time just in case it flew over your head. I think it's very fucking weird how you're fighting for your favorite driver to be on a team that you hate so much. You have Christian Horner with the sexual harassment allegations and everybody was just like, oh my god, this team is extremely misogynistic. When Alex Albon was on Red Bull, y'all were talking about how racist the team was towards him. And when Checo was on the Red Bull team, y'all were screaming at the top of your lungs talking about how Red Bull was neglecting him because they were too focused on Max. And most recently, literally 2 weeks ago, we had Helmar, whatever the fuck his name is, that old dude who owns like the Red Bull team or whatever. He said the most insensitive thing about Isaac Hadjar when he wasn't able to drive his debut race as a rookie Formula One driver. And y'all hated that man. I saw the tweets. I saw the posts on TikTok and Instagram. Y'all were saying the craziest shit about that old man. I mean, some of them were true, and I agree with some of it. But that's not the point of this video. I don't want to get off topic. But it's just like y'all have said with your own words that you hate this team so much. Your actions and the content that you post on the internet proves that you hate this team so much. So why is it that you want your favorite driver on a team that you hate the most? It literally does not make any sense. And last thing I want to talk about when it comes to Liam Lawson in general, when it comes to this whole situation, is that I felt like I said in the beginning of this video, y'all hated Liam Lawson out of jealousy and because you wanted to defend your favorite driver, Yuki Tsunoda. But I felt like y'all realized you didn't have a reason to hate him. So when he made contact with the two drivers during, I think it was qualifying from yesterday or the day before, I don't remember when, but when he made contact with the other two drivers, that was y'all's ammunition to hate on him. Y'all didn't have a reason to hate on him. So when that happened, you're like, oh, well, we all knew it should have been Yuki. Like, relax. Because number one, it's literally the second race of the year. Y'all need to chill. Mistakes are going to happen. And the other thing is, we have the most rookies on the grid in like 30, 40 years. Or right now, I think we have the most rookies in 1 year than we have in like Formula One history. If somebody could fact check me on that, please do. So with that many rookies on the grid, mistakes are bound to fucking happen. Now, I'm not saying Liam Lawson making contact with those two cars is not his fault, because yes, it was his fault. I'm just saying the chances of these experienced drivers, including Liam Lawson, is going to increase because of how many rookies are on the grid. And this is no hate to the rookies, by the way. Like, y'all are cool. I fuck with y'all. But mistakes are bound to happen, especially when you have that many rookies on one grid. Lastly, because I know this video is extremely long and none of you have the attention span to actually pay attention, but I think it's really funny how y'all are hating on Liam Lawson's driving techniques when Max Verstappen was doing the same shit back in 2022 and 2023 against Lewis Hamilton. Like, where was that energy when this happened? Like, y'all were real quiet when this happened, right? For the past 2 days, it's always been like, oh, Liam Lawson was too aggressive, too aggressive. What about this? Like I said before earlier on in my video, it's okay to like Yuki Tsunoda, but you could do that without hating Liam Lawson because he didn't do anything wrong. As per usual, tap in, stay woke, have a great day. I'll see y'all later.